Hi, this is Alex. In this video, we're going to discuss how to book an appointment and schedule that on our schedule. Previously, in the previous video, we showed you how to capture the customer's information and produce a proposal and check if the customer has received the proposal. So without any delay, let's get started on how to schedule an appointment and book that appointment for the customer. So once you produce the proposal, a major question that you have to ask is if the customer has received a proposal. So usually if you're on a cell phone or on the customer's cell phone, you could ask the customer to check their text messages to see if they have received a text message from SOLARIT and to click on the link to make sure that they can open the proposal. If the customer is not on their cell phone and you're not calling their cell phone number, ask them to check their email and make sure they have received the proposal. It is important that the customer has received the proposal because that's the first thing that our consultant is going to ask. If the customer has not received a proposal, it makes our time and job much more difficult. We cannot close on the first call. And in some cases, after the customer reviews the proposal, they may not be interested. So we want to make sure that they have received the proposal. So once you confirm that they have received the text message or they have received the email, you don't need to discuss the proposal. Just ensure that they have received it. Then this screen will pop up and it says schedule a free call. So click on that and it will show you a calendar. We don't want you to schedule a call 5, 6, 7, 10 days in advance. Try to schedule a call the next day or the day after at the maximum. So let's say we're going to schedule a call for Tuesday. So click on the date and it shows you all the available times. And on your calendar, you may not have these times and you may have on the actual calendar a 2-hour window. So for example, on your calendar, it may say 10 and then the next one could be 12, the next one could be 2. So that means we're going to call the customer between 10 and 12 or between 12 and 2. So different timing, different scheduling, different timing. On my schedule, it has a 45 minutes of schedule. On the regular schedule that you will get, it is a 2-hour window schedule. So you pick a time with the customer and we suggest you pick the first available time in the morning and the first available time in the afternoon. So for example, on my schedule that I'm looking at, my first available time is 7 a.m. and my first available time in the afternoon is 12:15 p.m. So if I was going to book an appointment for the customer, I'll say, well, we have 7 a.m. and 12:15 p.m., which works better for you. That's the lingo that you have to use. Give 2 options, the first available appointment in the morning and the first available appointment in the afternoon. And the verbiage would be, which works better for you? And then you just wait until you receive the response from the customer. Again, on your schedule, you will have a 2-hour window appointments because the consultants usually have a bunch of calls to schedule within the 2-hour window and they attend all those calls within that 2-hour window. So on your schedule, you have 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4. And so these timing might be different on every schedule that you are assigned to. So let's say the customer says, well, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock is not convenient for me. How about 10 o'clock? So you just pick 10 o'clock. Or they will say, well, Tuesday is not good for me. How about Wednesday? So you just pick Wednesday. So the same thing. So let's say we pick up 10 o'clock. The customer's information is there. You have to add and confirm the customer's email. I'm going to use my email. On our software, we also do check for validity of the email. If the email is not deliverable, we will not accept the lead. The software will reject that lead. So you ask the customer's zip code one more time to ensure that you have the correct zip code. You need to enter the address, and the address has to be correctly entered. For example, it is 100 Main Street in San Francisco. You do not need to enter state. You do not need to enter the zip code on the same line. Don't put any additional periods, commas, dashes, slashes. This address is going to be Googled. And so try to put as an accurate address as possible. If you have ability to copy paste the Google address that you have on your other terminal, that will be the best thing to do. So again, you confirm the monthly cost of electricity for the customer, and you ask the customer who their electric provider is. It is best idea that if you're working in an state, for example, if you work in California, then there are 3 or 4 major electric companies in California: PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric, San Diego Gas and Electric, maybe Edison, maybe LA Power and Water. So once you learn that, it gives you a little bit more credibility with the customer. So when they say PG&E, you know it's PG&E. Or if they say Pacific Gas and Electric, you can just write that. And we want you to put in any notes that you want the consultant to know before calling this customer. For example, it was hard to hear a customer, or customer is hard in hearing, or customer has a flat roof, or customer wants to learn about financing, or customer needs a ground mount, or anything like that. Any useful note that you can write for the consultant to know before the consultant calls this customer. Don't write the customer's interested. We know it's interested, you're making an appointment. So any type of notes that the consultant should know, and that's it. And that you are almost done. Before you schedule this appointment, before you click on this button, this is very important. It's essential that you have the following conversation with the customer. You have to tell the customer that, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, our consultant is going to take half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, whatever your schedule allows, to block that time on their schedule to speak with you. So please ensure that you are available to get a call during your scheduled time. We are going to call you before the scheduling appointment, before your scheduled appointment, to confirm the appointment one more time. And you will receive a call either from our toll-free number or from our 415 area code. SOLARIT is a San Francisco-based company. So our area code is 415, and sometimes consultants use our voice over IP with a toll-free number that shows up on the customer's phone as a caller ID. So you want to make sure you tell the customer, please, Mr. or Mrs. Customer, our consultant is going to devote their time to speak to you. So please make sure you answer the call. Our consultants only call once. They will not call 2 or 3 or 5 times. If the customer doesn't answer, we're going to indicate that customer is a no-show. And it really goes against your rating system in our system. So make sure you have that conversation with the customer. Don't hurry up to end the call. Don't get excited to just say, oh, thank you very much and goodbye. You want to make sure you reiterate the value of our consultant's time and the value of the appointment that the customer has made. So once again, confirm the time with the customer. Make sure you tell the customer the consultant is going to take their time to call the customer. Tell the customer to expect the call from either a toll-free number or a 415 area code during the time that his appointment is scheduled for. So once you have that conversation, thank the customer, press this key, and voila, you have an appointment. Thank you so much for your time.